Hi there, my name is Polina and I'll try to guide you through this event planning template. So as always, first of all, we are going to check out the database structure. So here we have 4 databases: events, to track events that we are running; tasks, what has to be done about a particular event; expense, which kind of expenses do we face when we run a particular event; and category. It's a way to organize our expenses into categories, just to check later which area gets most of the money. So let's go back, and here we have all events table. I will turn off this filter for a while. So this is a table where you can see all the events that you are running. Here everything is flexible, nothing is hard-coded. So, for example, primary audience can be changed. Involvement can be changed. So here we consider a variety of use cases when event planning can be helpful both for the internal teams and organizing your own company events, for marketing teams to track events where you're a sponsor or a participant or a speaker, but you can narrow it down and just adapt to the needs that you have. So here we have a list of all events we ever run, and there is a quick pinned filter which is called future events. If I click on it, I will see only something that we haven't run yet. You can find this filter configuration here in Filters tab. It is pinned here. You can always add in the name, add in the conditions, add your own pinned filters here. Then I can open any of those events like this, and I will see kind of my small entity view dashboard, which tells me what's going on about this particular event. So inside I see a list of related expenses. I also see this event description, what has to be done. And if I scroll down, I see a list of tasks. Here I can also add new types of data. For example, I can click on Add Expense button and say that we have a new expense here. And let's say it was for $300 and it was all about transportation. Okay, it appeared here, and then we have a manual field which is called budget, and then there is a formula which calculates how much money have we spent based on the expenses, linked expenses amount, and we also have the one which is calculate how much money do we have left. So this is simply budget minus spent. If you want to add your own formula, or you want to change the one that we have and you still not feel confident with our formula syntax, you can simply add description here, click generate using AI button, and AI will suggest you a relevant syntax. Okay, so we are having here everything about the particular event, and as always I can also dive deeper. So if I open the related expense, it also has its own set of fields, and here you can also describe how much money and why have you spent. If you need some proofs for accountants or finances, you can also upload files right here, and inside you can also embed pictures, images, so everyone was aware what were money spent on. Okay, but sometimes I need not only granular overview, but a common overview. This is why I have my tasks board. Here I can see all the tasks which are grouped by state and by event. So here I have a global overview, what has to be done across multiple events. And again, I have here a quick filter which is called future events only, because if I turn it off, I will see the task from past events as well. I turn it on and I see something for the current events only. And for the overview, probably having expenses by state would be a table of expenses would be really weird, but expenses is better to organize with reports. This is where we have expense per category report, where we group our expenses again by category and by event it was spent. And across every event, we can see where most of the money went to. So a little bit went to the transportation. Let's rerun it, because we also added a new transportation expense and it appeared here. You can update the report manually after you edit the data, or it will be updated once in an hour. If I will configure it, you will see how it was designed. So on this axis we see the amount, on this axis we see grouping by event and by category. If I will reorder those fields here, then the grouping will be done first by category and then by event. So based on the use case you have in mind, you can define which order will work better for you. There is also a form which is called Suggest an Event. This is a form which anyone from your teammates who has access can fill in and suggest an event. Formulas are pretty flexible. You can edit them. You can make some fields required, like it is done here. You can explain and formulate better what a specific field means. You can exclude some fields right here because they don't have to be added during filling in the form, and the form can be also shared publicly. So for example, if you want others, you can embed it on the website, and for example vendors can fill in the form, or if some event wants you to become a sponsor, they can also fill in this form. So you can decide whether you want to use it internally, publicly, or you can just delete it and don't use it at all, like this. And sometimes you have a lot of events running simultaneously, and in this case smart folders come to the power. So here I see all events in the left menu. Sometimes it makes sense to apply additional filters here, so I could only see events which date is, I think, later than today, because this I will exclude finished events. It is not done with the template natively. You can try it on your own manually. And inside there will be two views, tasks by state and all event expenses. And once you add a new event, like here, it will have same two tables inside, so you don't have manually to recreate them. But if I open all event expenses under New Year corporate party, I will see only expenses for New Year corporate party. If I go here, I will see only expenses for St. Valentine's Day. If I go here, I will see only expenses for new event. So it's just a way to group data by the parent and just, have more context overview across a particular event. What else do we have? The only thing we haven't talked through is having a rule. We have a rule automation one on the task database, which is called notify about deadlines. So our task has a deadline field, and every day at 9 a.m. Fiber will check if the state of this task is not done and the deadline is tomorrow. It will notify assignees that the deadline is tomorrow. Hurry up. So the user was aware of the time of the deadline. Notifications will appear in Fiber inbox, and you can also turn on duplicating them via email or Slack or other tools that you use, maybe in browser as well. This is it what we have. If you have any questions, you're very welcome to ask us in human support if you have suggestions as well. And thank you for watching.